Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2021-22 season. My name is Dan and it's dark in here. I need to put a light on. Get another light on. There we go. Is that a bit better? That's a bit better. Guys, it is too early. It is too early for this. I am not used to getting up at, I don't know, I got up like an hour ago. To be honest, to try and figure out what I'm going to do with my own team, do a little bit of last minute research, see if there's any team news and stuff like that. So apologies if I'm not as energetic as usual, but it is early. But that's fine, guys. That is my own fault for not having such an early sleep schedule. I know some of you guys are probably used to getting up this early. I am not. I'm a bit of a night owl, I have to admit. But we're here now. This is not my team. That's from yesterday's stream. This is my team. Let me just refresh that to make sure that's all looking good still. It is. So yeah, I haven't actually made my transfers yet. I'm waiting just to see if we can have any final team news or anything like that before I commit. But I do have a couple of different transfer moves in mind. I've got some simple ones. I've got some less simple ones. I've got some crazy ones. Dan Cross in the chat saying Dan's going to do something crazy. I'm seeing it. You're not entirely wrong. I have got some crazy moves in mind, but I'm not sure if I'm brave enough for them, to be honest. So it's going to be an interesting one. As you guys will know, Salah is a major doubt for Gameweek 37. I don't think he's going to start. I think the chances of Salah starting in Gameweek 37, according to Jurgen Klopp's comments, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So he's going to have to go, basically. Is he going to get a game in 38? I don't know. That's kind of doubtful there as well. So Salah is going to be removed, whatever I do. And I would recommend that you guys do the same if you are a Salah owner. I imagine most of you are Salah owners. So it's just going to be a case from there of, do you want to do a direct switch? Salah to Son. Looks really obvious if you don't have Son already. Salah to KDB. Do you want to stay in on the Liverpool attack? Do you want to go for Salah to Mane or Diaz or Jota maybe? Or do you want to make multiple moves and maybe go for Salah out and then bring in, Zaha or Maddison or Barnes or Coutinho and then upgrade a striker and maybe move it forward to Kane, Vardy, Ings, Watkins. I don't know if there's any other options in forwards. I don't think there is, to be honest. Those are the ones I was looking at mainly. So there's options. It depends if you want to take a -4 this late in the season. Depends how aggressive you want to be. But yeah, certainly, guys, if you haven't got Son, I think that's a really obvious transfer, to be honest. Someone's in the chat says, your shirt is mad. Yeah, got this new. I've literally only just taken the tags off it as well. It's Chattanooga. I had a team I'd never heard of. It's this goalkeeper shirt it's a second tier American team. Maybe some of you guys from America may have heard of Chattanooga. I hadn't previously. But the goalkeeper shirt is just so mad. It's just got this crazy design on it. So I thought, let's add that to the shirt collection alongside my India shirt, which I also brought, which I wore in Friday's video. It was Friday. Yeah. So a couple of new shirts to the collection to add to the rotation. So I thought we'd try this one out today. Right, I'm imagining, guys, you've got loads of questions. So on this bench list, to be honest, I didn't really think I'd do a bench list this week, just because I didn't think it would be that needed, really. It's going to be a case for most people as you just play your double game week players and then your most expensive players after that. I didn't think there'd be too much need for a bench list, but maybe we can do a little bit. Maybe we could do a little bit of bench list stuff. Maybe. But I think most of all, we probably want to talk about captaincy. We want to talk about Salah replacements. And we just want to answer as many questions as possible. So I think we get the stream going. I was going to say we'll get the stream going with a captain's poll. But we got a super chat right off the bat from Ross Wheeler. Thank you very much, Ross. And Ross says, I currently got 5 double game week players, taking a -12 for the bench boost. Do I take another -4 for Trent to a Villa defender? Cheers, Dan. And I would say definitely not. If you're taking a -16 for a bench boost, there's every chance that your bench doesn't score 16 points anyway. So, yeah, that seems one step too far. I would say arguably a -12 is too far this close to the end of the season. Yeah, I definitely would not be doing that, Ross. I think Trent is absolutely fine. Trent against Southampton, I think could score. That's a game where Trent can easily score 12 points. The standard. Is it standard? The 12 point is very much the Alexander Arnold special. He gets lots of 12 pointers, doesn't he? Got one in 2, one in 4, another in 11, another in 28. It's just that classic game where he gets the clean sheet, the assist, and 3 bonus points for that classic 12-pointer. So, yeah, I would say that he's definitely has the potential for another 12-pointer there. So I'd be keeping Trent. A few people saying, someone says they desperately need a bench list. Desperately. All right, well, I mean, we can. Well, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it. Suzanne says we want to talk about Dan. Maybe after the deadline we can talk about Dan. But right now I think we'll talk about FPL. A few people asking if I'm free hitting. I don't have a free hit. So no free hit for me. I know a few people around the grounds have a free hit, but I do not, unfortunately. So there's not going to be any free hit from me. Maybe we can make a quick free hit draft as well. That might be kind of interesting. Harry Corn in the Super Chat says start 3, Saka, Kulu, Ramsey, Gordon. Who to sell for Zaha? I mean, you got Ramsey and Gordon. Maybe I'd sell one of Ramsey or Gordon because they are kind of cheap players. They're not like, elite players really in terms of FPL. And you're not going to be able to play Ramsey or Gordon in 38 either. Whereas Saka and Kulusevski, you are going to be able to play in 38. The only problem with Kulusevski is that he is apparently ill. So it's not looking good. I'm wondering if we're going to find out a little bit more information about Kulusevski because he did leave training yesterday due to illness. So I don't know if he's actually unavailable for Gameweek 37. It's a very strong possibility. So I would make sure you have something on your bench going. Ben Story, hi mate, currently on bench boost 37. Would you transfer out either Rafinha or Mount for Maddison or Zaha or Luis Diaz? Or transfer both out for -8? Rafinha I would consider removing. Mason Mount I would quite like to keep. So yeah, if you can transfer out Rafinha for Maddison or Zaha or Diaz, then I'd probably go for that. Zaha I probably like the most out of those 3, to be honest. So Rafinha to Zaha looks like a good move. Someone said they like the sound of the quick free hit draft. All right, we'll do that then. We'll do that. Let's first of all, guys, before we do anything, let's throw up a captaincy poll because I am interested to see who you guys are captaining this week. Who should we put as the options? I'll put them what I've seen is the most common options, and the 3 most common options for captains that I've seen is Son for the single game week, Richarlison for the double game week. I've seen a lot of Danny Ings captaincy flying about, so maybe we'll put those 3 as the 3 options: Son, Richarlison, and Ings, and then I'll put other as the 3rd option. So there you go. Let's put that poll up there. Yeah, some Mikey in the chat saying Vardy. Vardy is someone people are considering captain. I think he's a little bit more differential than the others, though. I know a few people will be thinking about captaining Salah, but I don't think you should do that. Wow, Son. A lot of people going for Son straight off the bat there. Is that because I've got Son captain? Because I'm not promising you that I am going to be captaining Son. I'm not going to make that promise. I could captain someone a little bit different, a little bit interesting. Although I kind of do want to captain Son, really. I kind of do want to captain him. But I cannot make that guarantee that I will. Zaha captain, a few people saying, very interesting. That is brave. That is brave. Kane captain, yeah, I can see why that'd be a good idea as well. A few people going for Vardy here in the chat as well. All right. I like your thinking, guys. I like your thinking. Looks like Son is leading the way though, followed closely by Richarlison. So okay, not as many people going for the double game week players as I thought. I thought people would be leaning a little bit strongly towards. Well, I thought Richarlison would be the most popular one, to be honest. Most captaining Son because you did that. Yeah, but I mean, I might change before deadline. You never know. You never know. You never know. Right, I think we'll do the free hit draft a little bit later on in the stream. I think what we'll do first is we'll try and do a bench boost. I have got a bench list. This is from a couple of weeks ago, actually. So we'll just delete all of these players. and we'll start again. With some more players. So I guess, guys, I've got a super chat here. Whilst I'm reading out this super chat, suggest some players you would like to add to the bench list. Just type in some players you want to see on the bench list, and I will add them. Well, I won't add them all in. I'll add a lot of them in. So Julius says, Maddison versus Watford, or Zaha or Coutinho. Vardy. There's lots of options here, mate. It's always difficult when people don't keep things simple, but I do appreciate the super chat. So Maddison, Zaha or Coutinho. I like Zaha the most out of those three players. Vardy or De Bruyne. That's kind of up to you. De Bruyne is the safer pick, but Vardy could be kind of interesting. I already have Son. Should I captain Vardy versus Watford? This is really difficult. Okay, let me try and simplify this. Okay, Zaha is better than Maddison and Coutinho in terms of captaincy. Son seems like the sensible captain. If not, Richarlison, maybe Ings. You could consider Vardy for captaincy, but it's risky. Son is probably the most sensible captain choice, but it's not incredibly interesting, is it? Ruben says, is Cash a good cap pick as a differential? I have Zaha, Son and Richarlison also very close to the mini. Cash is a very interesting captaincy pick that I have considered, admittedly. It's a little bit wacky, it's a little bit out there, but it's definitely interesting. So Ruben, if you fancy captaining Cash as a differential, then I back it. I support you in that spicy way of thinking. Thomas says, your thoughts on Watkins/Ings? Watkins could start. Watkins could start, but I would not be transferring in Watkins at the moment. I'd rather transfer in Ings than Watkins at this point, just because Watkins, I just have a few doubts about his play time. So not a fan of Watkins. I've seen he hasn't trained. It's going to be a late test, I guess, for Watkins, and I don't know if this late in the season, nothing to play for Aston Villa. I don't think they're going to play Watkins for no good reason, and they do have plenty of other options there. So I would not be transferring in at Watkins. I could consider Ings though. Basically, I prefer Ings to Watkins. You've got there Salah to Zaha and Pukki to Kane for a -4. Yeah, that could work. It's definitely one of the moves I'll be thinking about. And have we got another super chat here as well? Yeah, we've got two more before we start adding some benchless players. JM says, hello friend, transfer in Zaha for Mount or Foden. -4 hit. I don't know if I would do either of those. I quite like Mount and I quite like Foden, to be honest. I'd rather keep Mount than Foden, I think, but only just. But yeah, I'm not sure I would do either of those moves for a -4. Play James ahead of Robbo and Cancelo. No, I'd start Cancelo over James, I think. Ayu says Salah or Diaz or Jota. Salah to Diaz or Jota. Probably leaning towards Diaz at the moment. So, maybe go for Diaz if you fancy staying on the Liverpool attack. Okay, we've got loads of players to add onto the bench list. Let's add those in. Laporte was the first one I saw. Let's just move some things around on my screen just so I can see things a little bit better. Okay, so you've got Laporte in there. I put who's potentially injured. So he could actually go pretty low. I'll put Robertson in there as well. I'm slightly doubting about his minutes, to be honest, but we'll put him there. Guehi, I think you play him for the double game week. I think is he confirmed available now? Alonso would go. Alonso is just he's just looking so good at the moment, so let's put him there. Rafinha. Who do Leeds play again? Let's remind myself. Leeds play against... I can't even see him. Brighton at home. Not really feeling that one. Where am I going? So he'd be probably slightly lower. I'd probably put Rafinha down here. I mean, the thing is, Laporte, if he's injured, he's injured. If he's not injured, he's not. So maybe actually Laporte goes a little bit higher. Because you start him, and if he doesn't play, then what's the worst that can happen? He gets benched. Mateta is actually going to go pretty low for me. He has got double game week though, but we'll put him like here. I'm not really sure about his starts, to be honest. Cody can pretty much get in the bin, unfortunately. Who else we got here? Someone said De Bruyne. He's not. I'm not putting De Bruyne on the bench list. I'm putting my foot down there. Mason Mount, I'd put pretty high. Even on a single game week, I'd really like to play Mason Mount. What else have we got that's interesting? Ramsey on the double game week. Like here, I guess. Just because of the double game week is always nice. Saka would go reasonably high. But I'm not... I think I would put Saka somewhere in the middle there, to be honest. Just because that Newcastle away game is a tough fixture. So let's put Saka like... Oh, this is tough. Saka's a tough one. I might just put him somewhere random, to be honest, and then see what happens. Let's put him here. Havertz, yeah. I mean, I would transfer out Havertz, to be honest. It wouldn't even be a case of whether to bench him or not. It would be a case of I would sell him, really. So he's not going to make the bench list because I think you should sell him. Holgate could be pretty good. Let's put Holgate pretty high. Not mega high, but pretty high. Put him like here. I think Everton have got a good chance of some clean sheets there. Right, Ollie Watkins. No, I'm not putting him on the bench list. I think that will do for now. Will that do for now? Reece James. Someone said Reece James. Where should we put him? Well, let's put him in a similar region to to Alonso. Sorry. All right, that'll do for now. Let's have a look and see. See what super chats we have, because I saw a couple more come in whilst I was typing those. Let's make sure I'm not missing any, which I occasionally do, apparently. Damien Fat says Salah to Vardy and Maddison. Yeah, that could work. If you want to double up on the Leicester team, then that could be pretty interesting. FPL Pie says, currently on bench boost, should I risk Guaita and Gahey? Yeah, I think that's a fine risk, I think. Yeah, I think they'll be all right. But don't take my word on that. You know, you never know what's going to happen at the end of the day. Rohan says, would you play Emerson or Mount or Saka or James? I'd definitely play Mount. I would probably play James over Emerson. So Mount and Reece James, I prefer. I mean, I could maybe just add Emerson to this bench list, and then that's pretty much sorted, isn't it? I think I'd play... Because of Robertson's minutes risk, I'm wondering if he's just going to get a one-pointer. That's the only worry I have about him. But I would still rather... All right, let's put... It's a good fixture for Emerson. Let's put him above Robertson. There we go. Any Laporte news? I've not got anything, unfortunately. Unfortunately not, no. Ericsson, someone said. I didn't even know anyone had Ericsson. It's an interesting shout. Thunderbolts FC here with a super chat. By the way, this is not the real FC Thunderbolts. This is a different. I know FC Thunderbolts username and profile picture on YouTube, and it's not this. Can you show your final team a minute before deadline? Oh, it's a classic joke. It's not even in the right. It's not even in FC Thunderbolts native currency. I don't think. Anyway, what currency is that? No, it's not. It's not. I know where FC Thunderbolts is from, and it's not India. But no, I cannot. I'll tell you what. I'll show you my team 30 seconds before deadline. Not the real FC Thunderbolts, though. I mean, you put Thunderbolts FC. It's meant to be FC Thunderbolts. Faker. Conrad Lamb says, I'm on a free hit. I've got KDB and Son. Who would you prefer, Kane or Vardy, or Mount, Maddison, Diaz, or Jota? If you're on a free hit, I would probably go for Vardy. And then I'd go for, I don't know, maybe Maddison for the double game week if you're on a free hit. Daniel Rudge says, on a free hit. He's given me his whole free hit team. Yeah, but the free hit team looks pretty nice, to be fair. Yeah, I like it. No, I wouldn't change much. No, I wouldn't change much at all. I quite like it. Someone in the chat says Laporte trained yesterday, so I think he'll start today. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Sorosh says, will you show your team after deadline on Twitter? Yeah, I'll post it on Twitter. I'll show you it on stream as well, to be fair, after the deadline. Noel says, have to start 3 out of Weghorst and Nketiah, Saka, Mount and Gordon. I think all of those players, other than Weghorst, who I will add to the bench list. Let's put him here because he hasn't got a double game week. But he's a bit of a Trollerson. If I add Gordon, that's all of them. If I add Gordon, that is. Am I going to really put him? Yeah, I am going to put him that high. If I had Gordon, that's all of those players on the bench boost. So by that logic, you would bench Nketiah. You need to bench 2 of those players, don't you? You bench Nketiah and Saka and play Mount and then the 2 double game week players. According to the bench list. I don't make the rules. Do you want Kulusevski on the list? I put Kulusevski reasonably high just because if he's available, he's available. If he's not, he's not. There's not really going to be any middle ground there, I don't think. Or do you think there might be? All right, let's put him somewhere medium. Because I'm not full of confidence. Let's put him. Well, I think I'll put him below Cancelo. So let's just put him around the middle. Add Foden. If you've got Foden, I feel like you've got to play him. He wouldn't be massively high priority. He would probably go like, I don't know, around here. But I don't know why you would have Foden if you weren't going to play him, to be honest. Do you want Mings on the list? I think all Aston Villa defenders will go pretty high. In fact, higher than everyone here. Let's just put Aston Villa defenders in general. So Cash, Mings, Digne, whoever you have. Put them all there. Dewsbury Hall. Ooh, that's going to kind of go a little bit lower, I think. In fact, I'm going to move Guehi a little bit lower just because I'm a little bit worried about his injury. So let's move him a little bit lower. Let's put him around here. And shall we fill the new gap? I can't remember who it was. It was Dewsbury Hall, wasn't it? No, I put Dewsbury Hall pretty low, actually. Like here. Dewsbury Hall. Why James Alonso getting benched? No, okay, right. Maybe I should explain what the bench list is. This isn't a list of players I think will get benched. So Joshua, I'm going to come to your super chat in a second, but just to say, the bench list is basically a list I make to try and help you guys out on a deadline, and it basically is a list of priority on who you should bench in FPL. So if you've got a bunch of players, you're not really sure who you should bench, who you should start. I was always getting loads of super chats saying, who should I start, who should I bench? And I thought, let's just cover it all and try and help you all of you guys out with who you should bench. And if a player is high on the list, that means you probably shouldn't bench them. And if they're lower on the list, that means maybe you could bench those players. So, for example, we'll take an extreme example. If you don't know who to bench out of Connor Cody or Mason Mount, you can't decide who to bench, and you want to ask me, Dan, who should I bench out of Cody or Mount? Look at this bench list, and because you can see that Mount is higher up on the list, that means that you should play Mount and bench Cody. So that's just as an example of that. Okay, so Joshua in the super chat said to play one of Saka, Mateta and Dewsbury Hall. Well, again, exactly. We can look at the bench list and say, okay, we can see Dewsbury Hall is here, Mateta is down here, and Saka is here, which ends up meaning that Dewsbury Hall is the player you should play because he is highest on the bench list. Bada bing, bada boom. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Some said add Pookie. Just remind myself on the Pookie fixture. Wolves away. Yeah, Pookie's not going to go particularly high on this bench list, is he? In fact, he might have to go really close to the bottom there, unfortunately. Why is Robertson so low? Because I'm worried a little bit about his game time. I mean, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh. Maybe I am being a bit harsh on Robertson, to be fair. Because if he does play, it could be pretty good. Let's bump him up a little bit. Okay, Noel on the super chat says, I'm thinking Salah to De Bruyne, but I don't know if I should try something different and take a hit. Any advice? Maybe do like Weghorst for Richarlison -4. Yeah, you can maybe do Weghorst to Richarlison from -4. That could be pretty interesting. I think I would be tempted to do that, to be honest. Salah to De Bruyne is a very sensible transfer move, though. So yeah, go for it. Mikalenko's not going on the bench list. Surely you're going to play him if you've got him. Let's add him to the top. Why not? Show team. I mean, I've not really got much to show you. I've not made my transfers yet. That's pretty much it. Of course, there's the bench list concept makes your job too easy, Dan. That's kind of the idea, because otherwise I'm trying to answer in so many bench related questions at once, and it's so difficult to get through them all. Elliot says Mount to Coutinho or Alonso to cash for a -8. Is it worth it? No. I mean, I'd be tempted to Alonso to cash, but Mount to Coutinho, I definitely don't think I would do. Alonso to cash potentially though. Although I quite like Alonso. I mean, I'd be tempted to just keep both Mount and Alonso, to be honest. But I don't know. Maybe you could go for cash. Maybe Alonso in for cash if you're, want to do something a bit interesting. Kugan Raj says Jota versus Diaz. Who starts? I do prefer Diaz, but I think there's every chance both of them start. Let's do a free hit. Let's do a free hit, guys. So let's get rid of some players I definitely would not include on a free hit, and then start adding some players back in. You would come out, you would come out, you would come out. I'd probably leave you in. Okay, so let's start off by adding Pickford. That's probably the best goalkeeper. We'll go for Steele as a backup goalkeeper just to free up as much money as possible. And then defensively, we will probably go for like Mikalenko and Digne, double up there on the Villa defence, which is interesting, I know. In midfield, we would maybe go. Actually, let's go Vardy first of all. I think we might change things around a little bit as we go, but we'll see. And let's add Danny Ings as well for the forwards. In midfield, we've got Son already. You'll probably go for De Bruyne. Maybe go for Diaz. Keep spelling Diaz is wrong. And Zaha. Any other midfielders I'd be desperate to have? No, not really. Not really. And then, what's that? We could maybe just... I mean, we are, the budget is tough. So if we take out Alexander-Arnold and then add in just some random bench players... Nathaniel Klein is pretty cheap. Actually, I'll just put some like base level bench players, so you don't have to worry about that too much. So let's just put who's really cheap? Simicas. He's on the bench. Who else is really cheap and is a defender? I could just look at defenders and go cheapest players. Go last page. Who's the second cheapest defender in the game? Wait, really? The second cheapest defender? Oh no, I'm doing it by points, that's why. Okay, let's go last page. Second cheapest defender in the game is Kelly. So Kelly can go in. And then we just need a bench midfielder, I guess. Who's the cheapest midfielder in the game? Probably Brownhill, maybe. I don't know if he got a bit of interest. Delph. Alright. So, obviously you can upgrade your bench a little bit there. We've got too many players from Everton. Let's give Mark Noble a nice send off instead, shall we? So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious which players you'd be benching in that situation. That's not bad. So it'd be Pickford, Cash, Mikalenko, Digne in defence and in goal there. In midfield, you'd have De Bruyne, Luis Diaz, Zaha, and Son, and then up front, Richarlison, Vardy, and Ings. Someone said Digne ill. News by Simply FPL. Can we confirm that? I don't know if it's a troll. Let's have a look. We can see if we can get that. Where did was this on Twitter? I imagine Simply FPL is. He's streaming. Is he not streaming right now? I don't know how people tweet and stream at the same time. By the way. I always get so confused. All right, where is this Digne news? If someone can tell me where it is, I will find it for you. I'll try and get that confirmed. But yeah, I'm going to need to see where it came from, to be honest. But yeah, someone asked for the bench list again. Here's the bench list once again, if you want to have a little look at that. He replied in Andy's chat saying he didn't say that. FPL Villain doesn't believe it. Yeah, it sounds like nonsense. Yeah, I do wonder. I think, yeah, Simply FPL has been known to occasionally do some trolly stuff. So yeah, like I say, I would I would need to see some confirmation, and it seems like Villa fans think it's a troll. So don't worry about that. Dino's not ill, apparently. Well, I mean, he might be, but it will just be a coincidence. So yeah, there's your bench list. Those of you guys who wanted to have a look at that, that is the free hit draft. Should I do the free hit for a -44? Should I just go for it? No. But yeah, that's I think a really strong free hit team, and I think that should leave you a little bit of money. Well, it might not leave you money in the bank. So yeah, I don't know. Are you guys happy with that? A few people will kind of fancy Maddison instead of various players. You could put Maddison in if you fancied it. Could be okay. But no, I think I would prefer. I like this free hit team a lot. This is what I'd probably be going for if I was on a free hit. I know I did it pretty quickly, but it's something I've been thinking about quite a lot over the week. So yeah, this is probably what I do. Noel says, have Gordon and Richarlison if I'm -4. Is it bad to do? I don't know. Depends what you do in the -4 for, really. Citizen Erased putting a super chat there, but it looks like you forgot to attach a message. So I will try and keep an eye out for your messages, Citizen Erased. Just in case you got a message for me there as well that you accidentally missed out. Can you add Leicester defenders on the bench list? We can. Shall we? Hang on, let me just do a screenshot of this. And then let's add no, that's a terrible colour. Where's red? There we go. Hang on, guys. Because I just want to make sure I do have this free hit draft saved. Can we open image in new tab? There we go. Right, let's go back to my own team. Okay, so there we go. I've got that free hit team saved, so you can see that at any time. Mikey F says, I'm off to work, bro. Good luck this week. And a nice spicy hot pepper. Thank you very much, Mikey. Have a good time at work. Working on a Sunday. The Reverend's job. Who would you captain in your free hit team? I would probably captain, I don't know. Well, you got some options there. I would probably maybe think, if I was on a free hit, I'll be maybe going all in and try and do something interesting. But at the same time, if you've got all the double game week players in anyway, you could probably afford to go sensible with the captaincy and just go for Son, because you've got your Zahas and your Richarlisons and your Ings, Luis Diaz, Mikalenko. You've got all of these spicy players, kind of players that non-free hitters will not have anyway. So for that reason, I think you can go fairly sensible on the captain and go for Son. But if you fancied a Vardy or a Richarlison or an Ings or a Zaha or maybe a Matty Cash, then that could work as well. It could be interesting. Is Laporte going to start? If only I knew. If only I knew, I would tell you. Bring the bench list back up. Super Kiko says, I need a differential Kane over Son. Oh, I would still be going for Son. I'd still be going for Son. Will Vardy play both games? I can't make that promise at all. But I think I would rather take the risk and go for Vardy over Kane if I was on a free hit. If I wasn't on a free hit, I'd be more tempted by Kane. FPL Sam says, reliable... no, I'm not reading out that super chat because it's not either, because it's a troll. Patrick says, hey mate, chasing rank, is it worth a -8 for these moves? Share to Cancelo, Salah to Zaha, and Broja to Richarlison. I don't know if I'd go for Cancelo. I would, or would I? Maybe I would actually. It's a sensible kind of long-term move, isn't it? Yeah, share to Cancelo, Salah to Zaha, Broja to Richarlison. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It doesn't look too bad. Cornet on the bench list? No, Cornet, well, I mean, I'd put Cornet pretty high. If I had Cornet, he'd go up there. Is it safe to start Weghorst? It's safe to start him, but I wouldn't expect too much from him, to be honest. Weghorst or Firmino? Okay, I would go Weghorst over Firmino for sure. Is Emerson really that low on the list? I mean, he's not that interesting. You know, most of the players on this list are double game week players. So, and for that reason, it kind of forces Emerson quite low. Zaha versus Coutinho. I do prefer Zaha to Coutinho. Zaha or Maddison captain. You could maybe go for Zaha as a captain. Leicester defenders. Okay. Not so keen on Leicester defenders, to be honest. They play against Chelsea, who I think will score against them. They could get a clean sheet against Watford, but then you don't know which Leicester defenders are going to start against Watford. So, Leicester defenders actually I'd put pretty low. Like, I mean, because they're double game week players, you probably prefer them to some of the single game week players. But when Dio good option, no, I wouldn't be taking the risk. Dan, please save me here. I want to get rid of bench boost. But you have a terrible bench. If you want to just get rid of the bench boost, just use it. I mean, you say you have De Gea. He doesn't even play this game week. So maybe, and Broja is playing against Liverpool. So just use your bench boost next game week. Because then at least you've got De Gea playing and you've got Broja with a slightly better fixture against Leicester. Can you add Trent to the bench list? I can. I'd probably put him quite high though. Like, I would be playing him if I had him. Desmond Desi says, Captain Lukaku or Diaz? No, neither. I would not captain either of those players, to be honest. Yeah, no, that's a bit too wacky for me. That's a little bit too out there. Citizen Erase put in another super chat without a chat in it. I mean, I really appreciate Citizen Erase, but I don't know if you're trying to... I don't know if you're trying to put in a message for me. I don't know what's happening. ZX Hybrid really wants to see my team. I mean, I've not done anything to it. There's nothing interesting about my team. There's nothing there. There's no difference. I've not changed anything. So I know you're probably one of those people who's just trying to follow along with my team. But I can't help you. I've not made any transfers. And even when I do make transfers, I'm not going to show you. Simicast on the bench list? Oh no, don't even bother. If you've got Simicast, he's bottom of the list. He really is. Like you don't start him, do you? I mean, maybe you do, just because if he starts, he starts. Maybe we'll put let's put him like here. But I mean, I would not be transferring Simicast in. I really wouldn't. Zachariah says, "Hey Dan, nice jersey you wore. Fancy showing to us the details?" Yeah, I'll show you the shirt after the deadline passes. Weghorst on the bench list. Weghorst is already on there somewhere. He's pretty low. He's down there. Johan Martini. That's an interesting name. I found Citizen Array's chat here, so I'm gonna try and read this now. So Citizen Array says, "I am 6 points behind you, and my free hit chip is active. If you were me, would you play Jota and Diaz or Zaha and Diaz? Zaha is in form, but he's in such a FPL troll. Do you believe in the early kickoff captain curse?" I don't believe in the early kickoff captain curse. You're 6 points behind me, so I'm kind of worried if I should actually give you any advice. I don't want to lose any places, but of course I will. I would play Zaha over Jota. So Johan says, I have... he's given me his whole team. I'm not going to read all of that out. And he's just suggested Salah to Zaha or Diaz for a -4. I would go for... Zaha. Out of Zaha and Diaz, I'd go for Zaha. Molasses Gang says Simicast could start. Yes, he could. And Dick McWillie with a £10 super chat. Thank you very much, mate. He says, "Hey, mate, stuck between keeping Salah on the slim chart." No, he's not going to play. He's not going to play. Salah's, I'm not going to say I'm 100% sure. I'm like 95% sure Salah is not going to start in game week 37. Whether he gets a point off the bench is a different question, but I'm 95% sure Salah is not going to play on Tuesday, and I'm on... Oh, God. In terms of game week 38, I'm like... still nowhere near 100% sure that Salah's going to start even in game week 38. So if I had Salah, and I do, I would definitely be selling him. Andre says James to cash for a -4. That's tempting. That's tempting. If it was for free, I would probably do it. The -4, maybe not. But then what if James doesn't start? What if he doesn't play? There's a chance, isn't there? Nadish says captain in free hit. 3 defence of Everton is good. Yeah, I would prefer 2 defence, or 2 Everton defenders, and then Richarlison, to be honest. But, I mean, if you fancy going all in on the Everton defence, and there are worse things to do, it's a bit of a differential to do that, isn't it? Captain in free hit, again, it's no different to if you're not on a free hit. Kane, Son, well, maybe not Kane. Well, actually, maybe Kane. Kane or Son are nice single game week options. For double game week players, Richarlison, Ings, Zaha, Vardy seem to be the most popular choices. BNVR says thoughts on Kane over Vardy for a free hit. Cheers, mate. No, I would prefer Vardy over Kane on a free hit. I'd go for Kane over Vardy as a transfer though, probably. But yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a punt on Vardy, to be honest. Chris Tinson says Everton are a hard avoid. I can't agree with you, Chris. I can't agree with you. I think that I'd be more than happy to go in on Everton, particularly on a free hit. Not sure I'd want to keep them permanently though, just because they do have that tricky fixture against Arsenal in game week 38. Noel says bad to get Richarlison for -4 whilst keeping Gordon. I mean, I'm not really a fan of looking at things like, doubling up on a certain attack. Just look at the players individually. And if you're doing that, then, do you like the look of Richarlison? Do you want to take a -4 for him? Who are you removing? If you like the look of Richarlison, go for him. Matip on the bench list. Now, that is an interesting one. All right, let's put Matip on there. Quite like Matip, to be honest. Let's put him... Actually, I'm going to put him above the Chelsea defenders. I'm just going to put him pretty high. Nketiah or Mateta. According to the bench list, who have we got here? We'll put them both pretty low, so neither of them are ideal for this game week. But if you're making a permanent it depends if you're transferring. If you're transferring, I prefer Nketiah. If you're talking about who you're going to play, I would probably play Mateta over Nketiah. Maddison on the bench list? Really? Surely if you have Maddison, you're going to play him. You go right the tippy top, I would say. If you got him. Well, actually, am I that confident about that one? No, yeah, if I had Maddison, I would be playing him. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Captain Vardy. If you want to captain Vardy, those of you considering captain Vardy, then go for it. Yeah, there's lots of different... There's so many different good captaincy options this week that you can just go for it. Ivan says, should I free hit 37 or 38? Good. I mean, I would say free hit 37 is better, but you've got 15 minutes to make a free hit team. I would say now. Do it now. And use this team. Ivan, pause the stream, take a screenshot, and use this free hit team. Because I mean, if you think you've got time to make your own, then fair enough. But maybe use this as a template, and then you could do a bit of playing around with it. But if you're free hitting in game at 37, you want to get a move on. You've got 14 minutes till deadline. It is really, really close. People talking about Werner. I don't know why Werner is even entering into any conversation, to be honest. Konate on the bench list. Do people seriously have Konate? I mean, I suppose Konate is one of those players. If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I don't know. Let's just put him with the other Liverpool defenders. Oh dear. Am I reading this right? Adhian. Sorry if I've said your name wrong, mate. Adhian says Kane or Mane or Maddison in my free hit team. I already have KDB, Son and Jota in my team. In terms of Kane versus Mane versus Maddison, I'll probably go for Kane out of those three, to be honest. Go says Vardy or Danny Ings. That's a tough one. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of up to you. Flip a coin. The thing is, this is really a flip a coin kind of week. There's so many different captain options. There's so many different ways you can go. There's going to be a lot of people on free hits. It's going to be a really interesting game week. Really interesting. Kane B says, thoughts on Salah to KDB and Saka to Diaz for a -4? Yeah, I quite like that, to be honest. I quite like that. Conrad Lamb says, Captain Son, Richarlison, Vardy or Zaha. Yes, yeah, captain one of those. Honestly, I can't tell you who to captain out of those players. If I'm completely honest with you guys, right at this second, I've got my captain's armband on Son at the moment. That could change. I'm really unsure myself. On who to captain. So it's probably going to just kind of basically be randomised to a degree. I mean, I'm tempted to captain Cash. I'm tempted to captain Son. I'm tempted to captain Richarlison. And then I'm going to make... I'll make at least one transfer. You know, if I bring in KDB, maybe I'll consider captaining him. If I do a double transfer, maybe I'll captain one of the players I bring in there. Maybe I'll bring in Zaha and captain him. Maybe I'll bring in Vardy and captain him. Maybe I'll bring in Ings and captain him. Don't know. I mean, there's 12 minutes to deadline. I should probably decide. Decide. Kulo's not playing. Yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm going to put him on the pitch just in case. I should probably do my own team at some point, to be honest. So maybe we'll put pause on Super Chats. Let's read what we've got. Bond says, transfer out Saka or Foden for Zaha. Don't think I would do that. Nikar says, COVID sucks. Hopefully double game at 37 and my differentials help. COVID's not really been around in the FPL world in months, really. But COVID does suck. Hopefully have you got COVID? If so, I hope you feel better soon. And Matthew Vaughan says, if you had Watkins, would you take him out for a -4? Well, someone in the chat is saying that Watkins is starting. I mean, let's... or he's available. Let's see if... let's see if we can find anything out about that. I don't know. I can't really find anything. Should we just search Watkins? Anything if I go on latest? I can't really find anything, to be honest. Ollie Watkins could miss out. Someone who's a Villa fan says could miss out. It seems he was in training, someone says. I don't know. It's different people saying different things. I wouldn't want to... FPL villain. Oh, okay. Is he reliable? That's not someone I've really looked at before. Where is he saying that? Is it in replies? Don't know. I've got so many super chats to catch up on. I need to do my own team as well. I'm just going to make my own transfers. I think I know what I'm going to do. I don't know who I'm going to captain though, which is really annoying me. All right, let's actually, can I just do it on my phone, and then I don't have to worry about hiding screens and stuff. Now let's do a cheeky little hide. And we'll do a prediction game of what transfers I've made after. Alright, so let's bring in Mystery Man number 1. And let's bring in Mystery Man number 2. Am I sure I want to make these transfers? I am not sure at all, but we're doing it anyway. Am I happy with this? I'm not happy with this at all, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Let's just make sure everything is in order. Save the team. I need to... I need to decide a captain, and I really can't decide. I really can't decide who to captain. Maybe let's try you on for size. This is all behind the screen. This is all behind the mystery. Someone says you can still see my screen. You can't. You can't. I know you can't. Oh, that is quite a nice captain, actually. Do I dare? Am I brave? Am I big enough? Am I big enough to do that? All right. Let's see. Okay, right. I'm gonna. Oh my god. The stress of captaincy is really, really stressing me out. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Can I do this, captaincy? Just gonna. Let's just close that and revisit it later. Let's revisit it with 1 minute to deadline, I think. Just save. And, all right. Okay. Right. I'm going to go on Twitter just in case there's any news that comes in, and I'll re-show the screen again. There we go. Okay. Right. I got so many super chats to catch up on. Oh my god, there's so many super chats to catch up on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up on all of these before deadline. All right, let's try this. Okay, Matthew Vaughan says, if you have Watkins, would you take him out from -4? No, I've already read that one. Nadish says, Maddison or Richarlison? I prefer Richarlison. Keen on Mikalenko? I would definitely go for Mikalenko. Simon Ho says, hi Dan, Gordon or Saka, please? I'd probably go for Gordon. Nicole says, yes, I have COVID. Who's better, captain, Son or Maddison? Son is better than Maddison. And apologies that you have got COVID. Craig says, Captain Kane, De Bruyne, Pickford or Gordon. Go for Kane out of those. SO put a super sticker in there. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. And there we go. That's it. There was a... Yeah, that was all the super chats. Okay, that was less than I thought. Okay. Guys, let's try and find some final team news, because that is going to be very handy. We've only got 6 minutes. We've got 6 minutes. Right, Sam Martin's got nothing, so that probably means that there's not going to be any Leicester team news. It's a little bit early. Someone says no Kulusevski. Yeah, but who is this person? Like, yeah, I don't know why FPL Goat is retweeting random accounts saying things. Like, that is just... Well, don't do that. Yeah, it doesn't look like... We're not getting anything from Leicester. I mean, I wonder if we'll get anything from Spurs. Like, who is this guy? This is... He says Kulusevski starts. I don't know how confident I am in that one. This guy is Architect's captaining Ings. Thought about it. Maybe I should try the Ings captaincy on for size. Got to transfer him in. No. I don't like the look. If you've got Ings, I would maybe think about captaining him, but I'm not confident enough that he starts both for the captain Ings. But if captaincy, I mean, maybe I just keep it simple with Son. I mean, I'm running out of time here. Son captain. Maybe can we just all agree to captain Son together? Can we just? Then I don't have to worry about it. Matty Cash captain. Someone says in the chat. Yeah, honestly, I've tried it on, and I do like the look of it a lot. I do like the look of it a lot. It is so risky though, because I've already got cash, so it's like easy for me. Very easy for me. Here says Captain Luis Diaz. I've not seen that a shout, to be honest. Few people Captain Zaha. That does seem a little bit too risky for me. But I don't mind it. I think Matty Cash, if you really wanna go for something, go big or go home, then Matty Cash I would definitely be thinking about. So, yeah, I do rate the Cash captaincy. I just don't think I'm brave enough for it. I just don't think I'm brave enough. It's almost a deadline, guys. We're getting towards crunch time. We are getting very close to crunch time. Richarlison, Captain Dan, guaranteed 8 points. Do I want the guarantee of 8 points? I probably want a little bit more than that, to be honest. I'd rather take... I mean, Son, if he scores 1 goal, that's like 10 points instantly. That's why I do prefer to captain midfielders, to be honest, which is why I'm not so keen on... I know people talk about captaining Richarlison, Vardy, Ings. I'm not massively keen on those, just because, captaining those forwards is often less points. I do prefer a midfielder for a captain. So I guess, I guess that does bring in Zaha to the conversation, but not really sure. Would have captained Son, but he's on the early fixture. I mean, to be fair, aren't all of the fixtures early fixtures? Actually, no, they're not. I mean, well, there is. I mean, what I mean by that is there's no such thing as an early fixture this week because there's no Friday fixture. There was no Saturday early kickoff. We're on Sunday. I don't know, because this would actually be one of the later fixtures in a normal game week. Toby in the chat says, I'm scared. I'm scared too. And it's deadline. It's deadline in 30 seconds. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm doing it on my phone. Oh my word. Okay. Alright, some people saying Schmeichel not starting. I don't know where that's come from. Let's see if that's true or not. I mean, it's too late. It's too late to do anything about it. So, I mean, what else am I going to do? It's too late. It's too late to change on that one. I don't know. I mean, that seems like one of those things people say right at the last second just to troll. And my other option is Ramsdale, who never keeps a clean sheet. Right, okay, guys, deadline has passed. Finally, oh my God. That is one of the more stressful deadlines. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not enjoying that. If I'm completely honest, I'm not enjoying FPL that much at the moment. It's too stressful. It's so stressful. God, I just want a nice, calm, easy start to new season. Oh dear. Ugh. Well, okay. That is maybe Schmeichel is benched. I don't know. Okay. Shall I show you my team? Shall I show you my team? There you go. There you go. Let's end the captain's thing poll as well, because it's annoying me. Final results on the captaincy were... Oh my God, there was like 6,000 votes on that poll. That's crazy. Son, 38%. Richarlison, 36%. Ings, 12%. And other, 12%. And this, guys, is what I went for in the end. I did a double transfer. I did Zaha and Ings in for Salah and Broja, and then I put Saka on the bench, and I've left the captain's armband on Son because I'm a massive bottle job. Basically, I bottled it, and I've just gone for Son as the captain, and this is because I'm so stressed out with this game week. I thought I'm not gonna make myself even more stressed by going too differential. I'm just gonna go nice and simple. Son against Burnley. It's a must-win game for Spurs. Burnley are pretty tragic defensively at the moment. Let's just do it. So there we go. That is the team. I think that for a non-free hit team, I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. A lot of players I quite like the look of here. You know, I've got some nice double game week players. I've got Cash, Zaha, Ings, and Richarlison, who I think are four of some of the better double game week players you can possibly have, really. And I've obviously got Mason Mount, who I think could do pretty well. We've got Kulusevski there, who I'm not 100% sure about, but I do have Saka as a backup there. And I know I said I wasn't 100% sure if Robertson was going to start. Again, I've got Saka as a bench boost as well. But yeah, Son, off core in the chat saying Son going for Golden Boot. Yeah, I've backed Son enough times this season. Son is basically my boy in FPL terms. I know I'm an Arsenal fan, but in FPL terms, Son is my boy. He's the one who has kind of put me where I am in terms of the FPL rank. So let's just keep backing him. Ruben says, be honest, was it Cash you were torn with? All right, I'll be honest. Though I was torn between four players for captaincy, and that was Son, Cash, Ings, and Richarlison. And I was going to captain one of those four. Cash was the super risky one. Richarlison was kind of sensible-ish, but not as sensible as Son. And then Ings was somewhere in the middle. So I was kind of thinking maybe I'll do Ings to go somewhere in the middle. But maybe a little bit too risky for me. Particularly as I was kind of seeing things about Watkins potentially, hang on, let me just do this. Just seeing Watkins potentially not playing. And then maybe playing after that. And we're not sure about that. That kind of made me think, maybe Ings, more of a chance of Ings getting rested. I don't know. Richarlison could have been an okay captain. But, I mean, you kind of got to think, is Son twice as good as Richarlison? And my answer is yes, he is twice as good as Richarlison. If it was a single game week, I would expect Son to double Richarlison's points. So, therefore, Richarlison in a double game week kind of would still prefer Son. I mean, I would not be totally surprised if Richarlison got a total of 4 points this game week. Whereas I would be surprised if Son didn't get anything in this Burnley game. But who knows, guys? It's FPL. You never know what's going to happen. Everything is a risk, particularly when the captaincy decision is so split. It's an interesting one. Matthew Vaughan says, went for Cash captain and took a -12. I've gone all out. That is very, very risky indeed, Matthew, but I back it. I like your enthusiasm. I definitely like the enthusiasm. Melon Musk says the funniest thing would be Salah coming and scoring a hat-trick. I mean, it would be interesting for sure. Apparently, Andy, Let's Talk FPL, tried to do his moves last minute again and it didn't go through. Why has he not learned? Why has he not learned his lesson? I mean, I'm sure a few of you guys have kind of missed your deadline as well, particularly as the deadline is in a strange time. Ruben Rules says it was between Son and Cash for me. I just wanted to go massively different and try to catch up. Fair enough. Yeah, if you are gonna go for something crazy, then Matty Cash is crazy. He is pretty crazy. Vardy captains here as well. Interesting. Son with a brace loading. Now that is what I like to hear. A nice brace from Son today would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? I mean, I say it would be amazing. I support Arsenal. As long as Arsenal win, as long as Arsenal come top 4, Son can score as many goals as he wants. As many points as he wants. People going for De Bruyne as well. Vardy party. Barnes captain. All right, that's not really something I was considering. Richarlison hauls against Brentford. I don't know. Brentford are pretty... Brentford are not the worst defence in the league, And neither are Crystal Palace, actually. I was doing some research on defences this morning before I streamed. And Crystal Palace, I think over the last 5 game weeks, Crystal Palace have the second best defensive stats, which is quite crazy, really. I wouldn't expect them to be that high. I mean, they've kept a few clean sheets, haven't they? I mean, maybe their games have been kind of easy, to be fair. I mean, Watford, Southampton, Leeds, Newcastle, Leicester. That's what they've had in the last 5 game weeks. So you can kind of maybe argue that that's why. Don't know. But yeah, Crystal Palace have, been keeping it fairly compact. They are away both of these games, though. That could impact things. But, I don't think Crystal Palace is an easy game. Somewhere in the middle, I would say. James Boswell says Arsenal get top 4 or win FPL. I mean, come on. Yes, I support Arsenal, but to win FPL would be, a feeling like no other. Obviously, I'll be very happy if Arsenal got in top 4. But if I won FPL, the feeling would be so much nicer, So much nicer. Who's Leicester's number 2? I guess Ward, if he's available. I think he is. I don't see why he wouldn't be. Right, guys, I said I would show my shirts that I'm wearing off. I want to find out a little bit more about the football club as well. Let's do that on stream. So, this is the team. Let's well, that is the shirt. So it's the 2021 Chattanooga goalkeeper shirt. It is very nice. It's based in Tennessee, the team, I believe. I'm not sure what level they play at. I said just remove that. I'm not sure what level they actually play. I mean, there is no football pyramid in America. They play in the National Independent Soccer Association. Is that the second tier? Oh, it's the third tier. Okay. So, they're a third tier American team. But look at the size of that stadium. They're massive. And look at the shirt, guys. Honestly, it's so sick. It's amazing. You get some crazy football shirts in America. My other, I haven't got it. But I've got another American team football shirt, and it's pretty wacky as well. So yeah, we like it. We like it. We like some interesting football shirts in the collection. It's always good fun. Right. Okay, guys. I'm going to wrap things up because I kind of want to get some breakfast. I kind of fancy getting some breakfast. So, yeah, I'm going to go, get some food. And then, let's watch the football. Let's watch the football. Let's see if Son can do the business. I mean, if Son could score 4 goals and if the score be 4-4, then that would be pretty good. I'll be happy with that. 4-4 draw, Son with 4 goals. It could happen. It could happen. Right, guys. I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching today. Appreciate you all. Loads of content to come. There's no real break. I mean, I'm probably going to start videos back up from tomorrow. So a video tomorrow. There will be streams, I imagine, all through the week. We're going to do loads of stuff this week. But aside from that, enjoy the football. Good luck. Not better luck than me. Good luck, but not great luck. Great luck to me. Good luck to you guys, because I still want to beat you all. But yeah, enjoy the football, and I'll catch you guys on a video tomorrow, I imagine. Thank you so much for watching. Reaction stuff all over on Twitter. And yeah, I'll see you later, mates. Bye-bye.